got some good sleep last night, and yeah, I just wanted to talk to you guys and stuff like that, and potentially get some new subscribers as well. Um, but yeah, I go through it like I go through stuff like mentally every single day. But all right, my finger might have been covering the microphone, so I don't know if you guys would have been able to hear me. But yeah, I'm just enjoying life, enjoying making content for you guys, and it's like my only hobby. I've had trouble like playing video games and stuff like that. I am installing Call of Duty Mobile to possibly get some Call of Duty footage for some commentaries though, so that's pretty good. But yeah, life's really looking up. I'm really excited for the summer, and I'm excited for how things are going to go, and I'm happy to have you guys here along for the ride. But yeah, I guess I can like talk about some like life stories and stuff. One life story that I talk about a lot is my dad. So like my dad, when I was a kid, he would always do stuff to mess with me, and he I had like this I had this I don't know, like reaction to what he was doing, and he just thought it was so hilarious. And yeah, he would wear an alien mask, and one time he came to my window with this alien mask on, and I literally believed that he was an alien. And yeah, it was funny. And I started asking him questions. I was like, "Oh my God, what planet are you from?" and stuff like that. And he just he just started responding like bleep blurp bleep blurp or whatever he did, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm talking to a real alien." So that was crazy. But oh, we have a viewer. Hello, viewer. I'm just yapping like it's a long form video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I got plenty of life stories, commentaries, inspo stuff. I will be going live periodically throughout the summer as well. We're almost to 500 subscribers, which is huge. If you imagine 500 people in a room or in a field, that's absolutely huge. So, yeah. But life is good, Never take any day for granted, because things can change overnight. And I'm a testament to that. Like, dude, things change. Yo, what's up, Mario Katengay 7805? Hello. If you're new here, we got 11 viewers. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. I got plenty of content for you guys coming out over the summer, and it's gonna be a great summer. We're gonna have a lot of good time. Yeah, you did. You immediately did because it's a very small channel. Hello, Angelo. Hello, Samar Pratap Dutta. Hey, guys. I don't know if I said that right, but Samar and Angelo, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, life is good. Just one thing I want to like spread the message of like, hold on to hope, even when life gets hard, even when life throws curveballs your way. Like just hang on to hope, and one thing that's like uh, cool about us is like when we do go through hard times, like our bodies like or our brains like switch into this mode of like giving us hope, like hope just comes in for the clutch save every time. And at least for me it's that way, and it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, I've just been like trying to make the most of every day, hanging out with family, hanging out with you guys, and just I will be streaming throughout the summer as well. But yeah, I can talk about like some life stories and stuff. I do have these life stories posted as long form commentary videos. If you go back far enough on the channel, you'll find a ton of life stories, a ton of memories. A lot of them are face cam videos. Um, but yeah, it also has a working mouth so it can bite and munch. Yes, this is very true. Having a working mouth is very cool. There was a time where like I thought my teeth were gonna start hurting so bad that I wouldn't be able to eat, and I got a little bit scared about that. But it ended up being okay. Which country? I'm from the United States of America, and yeah, I've just been posting content and just having a generally a pretty good time hanging out with you guys and making content, you know, and it's fun. It's fun to create, and it's fun to have you guys here. But yeah, I'm just having fun, enjoying you guys. I'm a Filipino, so I don't know why I speak English even though I'm a Filipino. Well, English is a very prominent it's a very prominent language. So people a lot of the time we got 18 viewers. Hit that subscribe button. I got tons of commentary coming out this summer and tons of inspo for you guys. Always something to just lift you up and help you hang on to hope and stuff. So, yeah. Are you queer or something? No, I'm actually not. I have a girlfriend and I have a child. It is a lot of viewers. Yeah, my outlook on it is like, dude, when I used to stream on my old channel, the Pat Attack, I didn't have that many viewers. I would have like maybe two or three, and sometimes like five to six. But on when these vertical like live streams that you do from your phone, the IRL stuff, they get tons of viewers, and it's really cool. Um, it's really what helped me get to almost 500 subscribers. You know, my friend Carlos, he has a channel, and he's still at like 300 something, but he doesn't do the vertical live streams from his phone. And like that's a really good way to get more subscribers. It's a really good way to, you know, boost your community. But I've got tons of yeah, I can make funny faces too. Carlos, yes, Carlos is my boyfriend. Definitely. Now he was actually we were actually in a band together, and we played music, and we played tons of shows and recorded music and all that stuff. It was a really fun time. And you have a final school test at next month. Could you give me advice? Okay. Study. If you have a study guide, study your study guide. I did terrible in school. I didn't really do that well, and I had a lot of trouble. I had a lot of trouble with like focusing and stuff like that throughout school. But one thing that really helped me was studying the study guide, and I actually studied the study guide for my history final and got a 99. My teacher shook my hand, and it was crazy. So yeah, there are some things I just cannot respond to. But yeah, I got a 99 on my history exam, and it was really cool. And I was really proud of myself. But yeah, it's so easy to become the top fan because it is such a small channel. So yeah, you guys can, you know, do what you will, you know, keep the chat going. But yeah, I have like tons of life stories and stuff like that. My dad wearing the alien mask and me believing he was an alien. My brother kicking me in the tailbone and I had to run through laser tag. Literally like holding myself running, screaming because I thought he broke my tailbone. He was wearing these steel toe boots and it hurt so bad. But yeah, you're gonna farm XP now, dude. Do it. We will be streaming throughout the summer as well. I usually do 30 minutes at a time, but yeah, it's gonna be a really good summer. I post a ton of commentary videos, um, where I talk about inspiration and life stories and stuff like that. And you know, I do a lot of like writing. I write a lot of like bullet points and stuff like that to help me with yapping. But you know, it's just all me putting work into trying to make the best content possible. You know what I mean? Now, when I write a script or something like that, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're using AI," and I'm actually writing those. Hence why the videos are 2 to 10 minutes. You know what I mean? I'm not doing no 30-minute script because I just can't. That's just too much work. But 2 to 10 minutes is the sweet spot. I can come up with something in like an hour, and yeah, like each video takes about an hour, and I just I do bullet points and then I'll like flesh things out. On my Facebook page, I do a lot of writing as well. Hello, hello, ILY. Hello, Mario Katengay. Hello, I love you. SM Rise, marry me. Huh? Have I ever been to Korea? No, I have not. I have not been to Korea, and I am doing great. ILY. I I've been having a really fun time just posting content, taking care of my mental health, spending time with family and stuff like that. I really try to make the most of every day because, family is really important. And, like, I go through a lot, but, I always wake up every day and I'm like, okay, I'm going to make more content. I'm going to continue being the best father that I can be. Now, the reason I make so much content is because it's my only hobby. It's like the only thing that I can do adequately at this point. Dude, one of my Morrowind memes, there's a game called Morrowind. And it got like 20,000 views and like 400 likes on Facebook. Now on Facebook, I don't use very much AI, but for Facebook, I do use Meta. Meta generates some pretty good looking images. So I use those and then I'll write like inspirational quotes and stuff. Some people hate it, but that's like the extent of my AI use. And sometimes I'll use it for like an outline of a script, but it's very much like I don't use it that much. The most that I use it is just for the Meta AI images for Facebook. And the reason I did that is because there was a page called T-Berry, and they made the coolest looking images, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do that. But for YouTube, I don't really use it for anything because it's just I'd rather. Have I ever thought of creating projects like massive ones? Well, in terms of projects, I used to try to develop video games, and I actually created an entire game world for a game, and it was a game called Anxiety. By the way, that's in Melon Playground, Melon Sandbox. Nice. But yeah, I'm just having fun with it and just enjoying life. But yeah, I did. I developed an entire game world in Unreal Engine, and then I developed another game and actually posted it to the Google Play Store. I generated an end user license agreement and everything. So yeah, I've taken on some pretty massive projects. I've recorded albums of music for my band Fortiana. That page still has 5,000 followers. We grew that page, dude, and that's the biggest page I have. But I don't really use it. I use my personal page, which has like 700 followers on Facebook. Like I've got a total of like 1,200 followers across my social media platforms. And honestly, that's huge. My ultimate goal was always to get like 1,000. So, how experienced am I with coding? Okay, so, I used the Blueprint system in Unreal Engine 4, which was like it was like a visual system that you could use to do coding with visual scripting. So it's pretty. I call them bone crushers because they can literally crush bones in Melon Playground. Nice! I need to look into that. But yeah, I'm not that experienced with coding at all. I used the Blueprint system and I used YouTube tutorials. So, not that much, but I really had a good time. My favorite thing to do was level design. Um, you'll post about them on YouTube soon? Nice. I will try my best to remember to check them out. My memory is not that great when it comes to short term memory. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But yeah, I just went through a lot of stuff. I endured like psychosis and stuff like that. What show would it be? What show should I watch? Because I do suffer from mental health. Like, if you guys knew what I went through every day, you'd be like it gets my mental health, um, and the things that I experience every day is something. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I used to love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I used to play that on the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it was okay. Yeah, if you tag me, that'll be much better because I do like that's the reason that I write a lot for my videos, and I write bullet points and I write scripts. And each video takes me about an hour. Um, and the reason I do that is because it it kind of just it just helps keep me on track and stuff like that. You love your live I love your live streams, man. Nice. Well, thank you for being here. I love live streaming for you guys. Are you Kevin Oven, WWE wrestler? I am. Yeah, 12 people, dude. It's huge. You are the 12th person. Nice. That's actually a lot of people for a live stream. When I used to stream on my old channel, The Pat Attack, we would get like maybe five. But even then, that was a successful stream. One time I did a 6 hour stream, and we had a blast. We were just playing Roblox Arsenal the entire time. I am downloading Call of Duty Mobile so I can do some Call of Duty commentaries on the channel as well. Because, like, that's kind of. I am primarily a commentary channel. Um, I am going through a rough patch right now, and to listen to you is therapeutic in a way. Well, I'm glad that I can be of assistance and help other people, you know? We all go through stuff, and life can be terrifying sometimes, and, like, it's crazy how things like skills and memory can just be, like, taken away from us at any point just because, I don't know, it's like all the people in the chat belong to which country tell me I am from India. Well, greetings from the United States of America. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you. You're supposed to be writing chapter 3 right now, but decided to stop by, check out the streams I've been missing out on. Okay, nice. Yeah, we only do 30 minutes, so it's a very low commitment. And I really can't. I can maintain this for about 30 minutes, and then I just start. Then I just start like staring at the wall, and I'm like, what else do I say? So like 30-minute IRL streams for me is like the perfect thing. We did like a 45-minute, almost an hour one time, I think. But I usually, you are from Sweden, male and female. Sweden is cool. PewDiePie's from Sweden, isn't he? Have I ever thought about doing like extremely long streams? Well, back in the day, I did a 6 hour stream and it was huge. Now, there might be a time where over the summer we might do a couple streams that are like over an hour, you know? I don't think I'd ever go above like 1 to 2 hours on the IRL streams. Now, if I was playing games and streaming, which I might do like an Arsenal stream over the summer, just depending on how I feel, and we might do like 4 hours, you know? It really just depends on like how I'm feeling and stuff like that. I go through a lot mentally, so like to do more than like an hour or two, um, and the reason I do 30 minutes most of the time, like this one's only going to be 30 minutes, and the reason I do that is because of my mental health. I have to like recollect myself and stuff like that because it takes a lot for me to. Well, it's weird. Like I can keep this up, but then like my like fear will creep in, or I'll start holding my phone weird, and I'm like, why is my phone handling skill changing right before my eyes? Like a lot of weird stuff happens. Like I used to be really good at video games. I beat Elden Ring twice. Polar bears also live in Sweden. Oh, it is getting really hot. It has been a hot summer, and our car does not have air conditioning, so we um, we have to roll the windows down. It's and like financially, we can't really afford to fix it at this point. So it's like, oh my god. But yeah, I but yeah, I do this stuff for free. I don't plan on trying to monetize it or anything like that. I did have like a donation link or something like that, but I really just it just doesn't work because people are like, get a job and stuff like that, and it's like that is very true. And I actually might once I'm stable for a while, like mentally and stuff like that. Probably by the end of summer, depending on how things go. I'm talking to a friend about potentially working at Costco. Penguins in Sweden, 6 month days and 6 month nights. How you manage school and work. Human eats more bananas than monkeys. In 2025, human ate 74 million bananas and 4 monkeys. Oh my god, I hope people are not eating monkeys. That would be terrible. I actually used to do fact videos. That's kind of funny. I have an old channel called The Weekly Chill. And on that channel, I did fact videos where I would just talk about random facts and stuff like that. And I might do a couple on this channel just for fun. Um, I'm just very weird. We be acting like minions. That's me acting like a minion. I don't know. Uh, I was just being silly. But yeah, I used to be crazy. I was always. You're giggling. I was always my my old channel makes me want to drive a rusty nail down my foot. Oh my god. I dude, one thing that I struggle with my channel is like I'll write scripts, right? Like I'll write a whole script. And occasionally I've generated like an outline for the script, which will be like, okay, in this paragraph talk about this, in this paragraph talk about this, and then I'll write the script. And people are like, "Oh my god, dude, he's reading a Chat GPT script," and I'm actually not because like I just don't believe in that. But like I think you can use it as a tool, but if it's completely replacing human creativity, then it's like, dude, no way. But yeah, people when I do my scripted content, people always accuse me, and they're like, "Oh, it's AI." But anybody that does a script in 2026 is going to get accused by people. Because when you're reading a script, you can tell someone's reading sometimes, or just it sounds like a script, and it's like people don't like that, but like it really helps me create my inspo content and to keep up with current events and stuff like that. And I love writing. I love coming up with ideas and stuff like that. I make scripts and then my tongue perishes from stuttering. I do pretty good with not stuttering, but if it ever came down to the point where I was stuttering and I couldn't speak anymore with a script, I would be forced to probably clone my voice with 11 Labs, because I would want to continue making content. Now, do I expect that to happen? My skill of being able to read scripts overnight? No, I don't. But I have a plan. If I ever just, I'm like, I am perfect at typing, but when it comes to talking, I stutter so much. You know what? So what? Just read it a little bit slower and let the stuttering be a part of your content, Um, I really think, just make it a part of your content. And people will accept you for who you are when you're making videos. Or you could do bullet points and kind of just yap naturally over the bullet points, which I do that a lot as well. And it really helps. But I do occasionally, like, I'll be talking and then my mouth just feels sloppy and I'm like, I don't know. It's very weird. So that could happen in the future. I'm hoping I can make it through the summer without that happening. But yeah, if I ever got to the point where I couldn't talk, um, I don't know if I'd either take a break from content until I redeveloped my skill, or I would use 11 Labs or something of that nature. It really just depends. Only happens when you're reading a script. Um, yeah, dude, that can really suck. Yeah, just practice more. I think with practice things will get better. I've been reading scripts and yapping over bullet points for a really long time, and I've developed that skill, and it's a skill that you can develop and you'll get better at it. Maybe have a glass of coffee if you're able to drink coffee. Um, or something of that nature, and it can really help you. Hello, Mario Katenge. But yeah, I really just have a fun time doing this, and I love writing, and I love coming up with ideas and stuff. And you got to go. It's pretty late. Have a nice night. All right, yeah, you have a good one too. We only got like a couple more minutes left of the stream anyway, so you made it through. You made it through the whole thing. That's why I do 30 minutes, because it's like easy for everybody. It's low commitment, and every time I get a few subscribers, and it's always really awesome. But yeah, check out some of the long form videos. Leave me some comments. I respond to every comment, and I would love to see you guys on every video. Eventually we're gonna get a Discord server going, to like notify you guys when I do post. It's usually like I post daily, but I gotta go doom scroll. My boredom can't handle this anymore. All right, that's fine. But yeah, I got tons of like commentary and stuff for you guys, but yeah, it's really fun just talking and just like telling life stories and inspiring other people and just like helping people realize like we're all connected and to hold on to hope. Absolute cinema. It can be. It really just depends on how you're feeling, because it's just a guy talking. And that's why I only do 30 minutes, because like when you're just yapping and stuff like that, like 30 minutes is really good, because after 30 minutes people do start getting bored, because I'm not like being crazy. I'm not like in Japan walking around. So 30 minutes is really just it's a good amount of time to just stream and to chat with the fans and stuff like that. Usually people stay for a few minutes at a time, and that's cool. I'm just doing this to kind of it adds more content to the channel as well, because each live stream is uploaded as a long form video, so you guys can see more of just me yapping and stuff. I even sang in some of my old streams, but my singing voice, uh, it uh, it doesn't want to work the way that it used to. So I don't really try to do too much singing. I'm just really focusing on commentary and stuff like that. But for all you guys that are here, I do have a songs playlist with 45 videos. I have 45 songs. Um, we're sipping pretty next to beaches and some oceans. You say you love me, but babe, that's just blind devotion. I don't know. I use pitch correction because I'm pitchy, but I have fun doing it. Like almost every time I see it everywhere in my For You page. I'm pissed off over the situation with Roblox predators. Well, Roblox predators are the reason that chat does not exist between all parties, because there are people that take advantage of that. And that's actually one of the things that, like, I feel like YouTube is a safe place because it's out in the public and stuff like that. And sometimes when I think about Discord, I'm like, how would a parent feel if their kid was in a Discord server, with someone that's 31? Like, I'm like, maybe, it just, I feel like YouTube is a safer place. So that's kind of one of the reasons that I have held off on Discord. But I had a Discord with the Pat Attack, and I did giveaways and stuff like that. And it was it was a wholesome thing. And it's like no different than like if a teacher had one, and his students were in the Discord server. You know, I just think it takes a good person to have that responsibility and to keep people safe and to keep the content PG. You know. So yeah, it's the world is a crazy place, and there's a lot of bad people, and there's a lot of bad things that happen to everyone, and it's just like that's one thing I'm not very good at is accepting how bad the world can be and how bad the world actually is. You know, I live in this like fantasy land where you know everything's just great. You know, and it's my safe place. But like, yeah, whenever I'm faced with like real like gritty bad life stuff, it scares me. You know, but yeah, that's pretty much that's the stream. I do appreciate you, the one and only Stormer. I hope to see you on some of the videos, and maybe we'll stream again tomorrow. If we'll be streaming periodically throughout the summer, so it's gonna be a good time. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.